On the president's desk,
the motion is adopted.
The COVID Relief Act clears its final hurdle on the Hill. Candid conversation.
What I needed to do was to sort of acknowledge what I was going through.
A former First Lady opening up about dealing with depression. And step by step,
nice to have the sun out.
A vet goes from serving his country to serving an example for his neighbors. It's all coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Zitlali Solache, and today is Thursday, March 11th, 2021.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
The COVID relief bill is set for signing after clearing both the Senate and the House. That's one of the items on President Biden's agenda as he prepares for his first primetime presidential address tonight. The other is a possible border crisis. Reporter Britt Conway from our news partner CNN is in Washington, D.C. this morning.
Today marks 1 year since the pandemic was officially declared, and President Joe Biden will deliver his first primetime address to commemorate the anniversary and remember the lives lost. But as he reflects on one crisis, another potential crisis is brewing at the border. A record surge of children crossing into the U.S. from Mexico by themselves.
There are more children coming across the border than we have facilities for.
On March 10th, the Department of Health and Human Services said about 8,100 unaccompanied children were being taken care of by folks from the Office of Refugee Resettlement. On February 28th, that number was 7,700. But these numbers don't include kids who were placed with sponsors. And when the February data comes out today, an agency spokesman says it, quote, will likely be historic. White House officials aren't calling it a crisis.
The border is a constant work in progress.
Pointing to previous policy.
We can't just undo 4 years of the previous administration's actions overnight.
But a number of Republicans disagree.
I am very appalled what's happening at the border.
And they're pointing at Biden, who says he's trying to implement a more humane approach to immigration.
The Biden border crisis is real.
President Biden is obsessed with repealing everything with Trump's name on it.
Biden will speak for himself tonight. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Merrick Garland begins his first full day as Attorney General today. The former Chief Judge of the Federal Appeals Court in D.C. was confirmed by the Senate in a 70-30 vote yesterday. If his name sounds familiar, here's why. Garland was nominated to be on the Supreme Court at the end of President Obama's second term. A Republican-controlled Senate decided not to hold a vote on the nomination. In an interview with People magazine, Michelle Obama talks about her issues with mental health during the pandemic. The best-selling author and former First Lady saying that it is unrealistic for your mental health to not be affected during the time of hardship, especially during the political and racial tension seen this past year.
So part of what I needed to do was to sort of acknowledge what I was going through. It's not that you get past it. I mean, this is what mental health is. You have highs and you have lows, right?
Mrs. Obama isn't alone. According to the CDC, more than 40% of individuals have concluded that the pandemic has affected them mentally. Women in yet another state have an extra layer of protection against discrimination this morning. Connecticut Governor Ned Lamont signed a bill yesterday banning natural hair discrimination. It is the latest state to take action towards passing a law to ban discrimination against race-based ethnic hairstyles in workplaces and schools. The states in Washington, New York, and New Jersey have also passed versions of the Crown Act. This morning, SpaceX launched yet another batch of 60 Starlink satellites in Cape Canaveral.
3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition and liftoff.
The Starlink satellites are used to deliver high-speed internet service. Nearly 10,000 people and homes from all over the world are using its service. Paperwork has been filed by the company requesting for the Starlink internet service to also provide for cars, airplanes, and even ships. The Miami Heat's captain speaks out after a teammate is suspended over slurs. That's still ahead, and so is this story.
He's not setting any land speed records anymore, but he's out there.
A Navy veteran proves he still has his sea legs and a daily routine that gets his neighbors' attention. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
I hear someone go, "Didn't it come from you guys?"
Strangers cough at me.
Move away from me.
Someone spit towards my direction. All the stereotypes that we've worked so hard to break are just going to be reversed. And I won't let that happen.
We all have to play our part.
I donate my plasma.
I've been making masks.
We deserve respect as much as everybody else.
I'm a firefighter, not a virus.
I'm a mask maker, not a virus.
I'm a nurse.
I'm a delivery woman, chef, a neighbor, artist,
Bus driver.
I'm a doctor.
Fight the virus. Fight the virus.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We have this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
As one 93-year-old fitness buff will tell you, it's not enough to talk about exercise. You have to walk the walk day after day and decade after decade. He hasn't served a tour at sea in decades, but one veteran is still showing off the discipline he learned in the Navy. Sam Reed from NBC 10 in Providence spoke to the man himself and his neighbors.
Every morning in this North Kingstown neighborhood, 93-year-old Navy veteran Daniel Kershaw.
Nice to have the sun out. My exercise, keep the blood flowing.
This grandfather of 8 lives on Cassandra Lane with his family.
He's not setting any land speed records anymore, but he's out there.
And never misses a morning to get out of the house to wish others well.
And he always waves, he always hears you when you're driving by, walking by.
Wearing a reflector vest with the help of his walker, he brings some Frank Sinatra beats to the streets.
I feel pretty good.
This is his favorite part of the day, and part of the reason he looks this good at 93.
I walk a little over a mile every morning, weather permitting. Rain doesn't stop me, but snow and the ice do.
Temporarily stopped walking twice from some pretty bad falls. He picked himself up and kept pushing.
So the neighbors missed him because he's kind of a fixture every morning, and they like that he's back out there.
Having served our country for 26 years, Mr. Kershaw knows the definition of dedication. It's a lesson of love his North Kingstown neighbors have taken notice of.
When I get up in the morning and I open my shades, and I kind of think about this, I'm like, it's a cold, rotten day. I don't feel like doing anything. And there I see Mr. Kershaw out there walking, and it really kind of inspires me to get moving.
He's always been my hero, of course. They frequently tell me that he's inspirational to them also. And we're lucky to have really good neighbors. They keep an eye on him for us.
Reporting in North Kingstown, Sam Reed, NBC 10 News.
Teammates speaking out after Miami Heat player Myers Leonard got suspended indefinitely after he was recorded using anti-Semitic slurs while playing a video game. Udonis Haslam has been with the team the longest and says the reaction was what he would have expected.
We can't tolerate that here, and right is right and wrong is wrong. And you know, since I've been here at this organization, and you know, to the day I leave this organization and beyond, you know, we're going to try to be on the right side of you know everything. Especially issues like this.
When the Heat return to the court tonight to face the Magic at the AAA, the team says Leonard, who was already sidelined by a shoulder surgery, will not be in the building. That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Zitlali Solache. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.